Have you ever been in a relationship where it just doesn't feel like a partnership anymore? It feels more like a game, one where the rules are constantly changing and you can never, ever seem to win. Well, let's really get into that. Because what if that's not just a feeling? What if the whole thing is actually designed that way?
Wow, that line is pretty intense, right? But it's there for a reason. It's asking us to completely shift our perspective. This isn't just about arguments or a rough patch. This is about recognizing you might be in a hidden conflict, a covert war disguised as a normal relationship.
So let's explore this idea using one central metaphor that really brings it all into focus. We'll call it the narcissist's game. Because what's happening might not just be a difficult relationship, it might be a contest, one that was designed from the ground up and one you were entered into without ever even knowing it. And just look at this definition. The most important part is right there. The rules are designed to make sure they always win and you always lose. This isn't a game of skill or a partnership where you both come out on top. The entire system is rigged for one and only one outcome, their victory and by default, your defeat. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, but why would anyone ever agree to play this game? And the simple answer is you don't. See, these toxic traits, they don't show up on the first date. At the beginning, everything seems great. It's a slow burn. The manipulation, the hidden rules, the true unwinnable nature of it all, that only becomes clear over time, long after you're already in it deep. All right, so if we're calling it a game, then there have to be rules, right? But you're about to see, this isn't exactly a rule book designed for fair play. I mean, the hypocrisy here is just off the charts. The rules are pretty simple, really. They always bend in the narcissist's favor. They can lie, they can cheat, they can manipulate, they can play however they want. But you? Oh no, you're held to a completely different, much higher standard. And here's the real kicker. You are absolutely forbidden from using any of their own tactics against them. It's the ultimate rules for thee, but not for me setup. And part of this whole rigged system is the illusion of choice. They'll often present you with two options, making you feel like you're in control. But it's a trap. You're just choosing between a bad outcome and an even worse one. So you aren't really picking how to win. You're just picking how you're going to lose this time around. There's this really powerful analogy that perfectly captures what this feels like day to day. It's like you're trapped in a giant real-life game of snakes and ladders. And man, does it capture that feeling of being totally stuck. Just think about that for a second. That game of making progress, climbing up, feeling good, only to hit a snake and slide all the way back down to the bottom in an instant. All that hard work, just gone. Except in this version of the game, it's not bad luck. It's the other player deliberately pushing you down. And this is exactly how that cycle plays out. You start making progress in your life, maybe a new job, a new hobby, a new friendship. You're climbing that ladder. And then, right when you're about to reach a new level, bam, the snake appears. They manufacture a crisis. They sabotage you. They tear down your confidence. And just like that, you're sent sliding all the way back to square one. And the cycle just keeps repeating, making sure you can never get ahead. So this all leads to a really important question. What's the point of all this? If it's not just about winning an argument here and there, what is the actual objective of this game? Okay, so goal number one is pure sabotage. It's not enough for them to just win. If your life is already hard, they will actively work to make it even harder. They thrive on seeing you struggle. It's a twisted way of propping themselves up. And then there's goal number two, which is somehow even more malicious. It's about public humiliation. The goal is to make you look foolish, to turn you into a laughingstock. Why? Because it isolates you, it chips away at your self-worth, and it solidifies their position of being superior. At the end of the day, it all boils down to this one simple, brutal truth. This is a zero-sum game. There is no version of this where you both win. There's no compromise. For them to feel victorious, you must feel defeated. It's that predatory. It's that simple. So hearing all this, it paints a pretty bleak picture, doesn't it? We're talking about a rigged game with a malicious opponent and a cycle of endless setbacks. It kind of begs the most important question of all. When every single rule is written against you, when the other player's only goal is to watch you fail, what possible move is there left to make? How can you ever come out on top? And that's it. That's the profound, game-changing answer. You don't win by getting better at the game. You don't win by trying to outmanipulate the manipulator. The only way to truly win is to refuse to play.
to recognize the game for what it is, pick up your pieces, and just walk away from the board. That is the one move that takes all their power away and gives it right back to you.